This is Deepa Bhujbal, and you are listening to WXUT 88.3 FM. Today is Saturday, February 20th, and here is your weekly news update. These stories were written, shot, and reported by the student journalists at UT 10 News. Let's begin by talking about the snow blankets that happened last week. The National Weather Service says the record-breaking storm caused 15 inches of snow on Monday. Roadways were closed after a level 3 storm was declared on Tuesday. Huge piles of snow can still be seen on the sides of the road. More snow is expected on Sunday night. While you're busy staying warm, your electric bill was about to increase as we go over the timeline of Ohio House Bill 6. It has been called the worst modern electric bill and the worst case of bribery. It was introduced in 2019 for adding a tax to energy bills to bail out the Davis-Besse and Perry nuclear power plants and 2 coal plants in Ohio and Indiana. Governor Mike DeWine approved the bill after House Speaker Larry Householder fought for the bill's passage. A federal investigation alleges that the owner of the nuclear power plant, First Energy, paid Householder approximately $61 million to guarantee its passage. The money was funneled into the nonprofit Generation Now, which prosecutors allege was secretly controlled by Householder. He was voted out of speakership after being arrested and charged with racketeering in July 2020. He currently pleads not guilty. The case is ongoing as Generation Now pleaded guilty on February 5th of this year. Governor Mike DeWine is repealing it despite signing it into law. There is now bipartisan support to repeal it. However, a replacement is yet to be agreed upon. Attorney General Dave Yost says Ohioans will not be charged $102 million in costs this year. The outcome of Larry Householder's case will be pending, as the state will pause proceedings for lawsuits against First Energy. One of the lawsuits put on hold by Attorney General Yost includes a suit from the coalition of cities across Ohio, including Toledo. With that bill out of the way, a local business owner is working hard to renovate the bowling alley at its earliest. After winning the auction, Richard Kenny, who is now the new owner, is reopening the small business after closing in 2019. As opposed to most small businesses, Kenny tells us how he successfully managed to run his business despite COVID-19.
I mean, every day during the pandemic, I was here working on my business to make sure it was successful. We didn't give up the entire time we were shut down. We were either open for some carry-out, takeout, delivery. We can open for bowling. We open for bowling. We have fought all along the way to be successful.
With 7 years of experience, he feels confident enough to run a second business and offer the best services to his guests. Following the boredom that has piled up during quarantine, Kenny believes that bowling is a fun activity for everyone. A patio and front doors will be added in front of the building, allowing people to see into the bowling alley as they drive by. Under new ownership, it will be called Forest View Rossford, but will remain Rossford Lanes on the business. Kenny is excited to bring the building back to life. Talking about popular, students expressed dissatisfaction about what used to be one of the most popular eateries on campus. UT Dining Services closed the dining hall in the student union. Freshman Gavin Tanish says not all students live in the dorms near open dining halls, and some have trouble getting their money's worth from the meal plans. A resident of Parks Tower, Haley Sprangler, expressed her concern when she was asked about the dining hall closure.
Personally, I was quite upset that the Student Union Dining Hall was being closed because all of my classes are on the opposite side of campus from my dorm.
UT10 reached out to a university spokesperson to find out why the Student Union Dining Hall was closed. They released a statement saying, in part, to help with the social distancing, the all-you-can-eat dining hall will be closed for the spring semester. The university is also planning to move the Chick-fil-A to a bigger location and replace the old with a new restaurant, True Burger, in March. From dining to volunteering, Toledo Zoo has revamped their volunteer program for teens who are interested in caring for animals and guide visitors as well. Zoo Teens is recruiting for this year's program, and almost 550 teens get recruited annually. They will be utilizing Zoom to keep their program on track. The Director of Volunteers, Bill Davis, says,
So the information sessions, we have information sessions for 2 more weeks. This year we've offered both in-person and Zoom options, and we've tried to keep the number of participants for each of those sessions down. in person for COVID reasons, but even on Zoom, we try not to have too many people because that limits conversation and limits the ability to interact effectively.
Lorek Pirtle, a Zoo Teens alumnus, hopes the program keeps looking for volunteers and thinks it's important to connect with teens of the Toledo community.
Just knowing I was a part of a program like that, it would just really give people opportunities to get out there and do volunteer hours and get to know the community.
Caleb Davis, a 13-year-old, will not let the pandemic deter him from participating in this program.
I think it's pretty cool. I would want to be one too. I can have a great time and having a fun experience with many people and the animals.
To pick up the application for the Zoo Teens program, you must attend an information session. Sessions are still available until tomorrow. The drive on southbound I-75 is about to undergo a massive change. The Glass City River Wall will soon be the largest mural in the entire country. A globally famous artist will use 28 active silos owned by ADM as a canvas in August. The idea dawned upon some women boating in the Maui River. They thought the wall would look better if it was painted. They went ahead and reached out to a local art consultant who then contacted the Art Commission of Toledo. Project manager of the Glass City River Wall, Christina Casper, expresses the significance of this project.
We really want everybody to have a little piece, see a little piece of themselves in this mural as we transform the city and elevate it with hope and positivity.
And moving on to sports, UT 10's Normandy Burrell fills us in about the thrilling games from both Toledo men's and women's basketball.
It was the Rockets versus the Red Hawks this week as the men and women took on Miami in Savage Arena. Tuesday night was all about counting by threes as senior point guard Marianne Jackson and power forward Seth Milner got the Rockets going early. Miami's Delonte Brown was quick to answer with a triple of his own. The Rockets went off for 9 triples to give them a 46-37 lead at the half. The Heat didn't stop for Toledo when senior Spencer Littleson fired off 2 back-to-back from outside the arc. The Red Hawks tried to claw back, but the Rocket defense helped secure the 12-point victory. Marianne Jackson finished the game with 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists, which is the 4th triple-double in school history. The Rockets are on the road this Saturday when they take on the Buffalo Bulls. Tip-off is at 9 p.m. on ESPN2. Last night, the Rocket women got their shot at the Red Hawks. Peyton Scott gave Miami an early start. Molly Morgan-Elliott answered with a jumper of her own. However, it was Miami's Kelly McLaughlin who dominated the first half, giving the Red Hawks a 36-19 lead. McLaughlin opened the second half with another three-pointer. The Rockets started to gain momentum after Sammy McConowitz nailed one from the corner. Toledo was able to close the lead on Miami but came up just short at home. Red Hawks win 62-60.
And that's it for this week, and thank you so much for joining us today. For more news, make sure to tune in every Saturday at 7:45 a.m. For WXUT 88.3 FM, I am Deepa Bhujbal. Have a great day.